Tarzan, Edgar Rice Burroughs Tarzan, better said. So this is a collection that has these issues of Tarzan, the comic book series, and years. Here it is. Here it is. Yeah, so we have the adaptations of the first 4 novels, Tarzan novels, and they are done on 24 pages stories, comic stories, that originally were these issues of the Tarzan comic book series and the years. Also, you have these other adaptations, but these ones are longer because the Tame is 1 book and The Terrible is 1 novel also, but they were 2 issues of the Tarzan comic book series. Now, I bought this on a dollar bin. It's new. The book itself was 2 books released by Dark Horse on 2003 and 2004, I think. They are here. Here are the covers included. Like Tarzan, the Untamed, and also Tarzan of the Apes. So yeah, this is a Spanish edition. I bought it because I found that the coloring was really good for a comic that I didn't really give a shit, and really clear art style drawings. All these stories are done by Russ Manning, and like a short overview of this is that Tarzan is a literary character, a character born on magazines, and then novels. So, as a lot of characters that were first created on prose or radio theater, then they end up being comic book characters, comic book series. And this one is one of all the interpretations you have of the character. Hal Foster worked on, I think was the first one to work on Tarzan. All of this information is on Wikipedia, so you can check that out. This is the Russ Manning years, like I showed before, 1965, 66, 67. If you want the original issues, I think they are on eBay and also in mycomicshop.com. So I bought this because I just knew Tarzan by the Disney character, and this is not at all like the Disney characters. We have on the first few pages a lot of killing, a lot of death. Tarzan's parents died here. Their bones also appear on this book because Tarzan, since he's raised by monkeys or apes, by apes, he doesn't bury the dead, and he doesn't really know that these bones are from his parents, So yeah, really, really, really interesting from that perspective. You have on the second adventure, I think, this like whole city covered in gold, and it's a lot like Wakanda, maybe, like Marvel. It's not like an original idea. And so, but you can think of Wakanda like maybe this opaque, opal something in this city of gold. And then you have Planetary, that it's a really great comic book that also has like a Tarzan character. So yeah, I really recommend you to to grab this if you are interested in trying to know what the original Tarzan stories are, because these ones are adaptations of that. Are like reading a Wikipedia, but with and drawings. I found that because they are so contrived to 24 pages, novels that are really long. But if you like try not to think about that a lot, and they are entertaining for a first and only read, you know. Spy story. We have this also in this book where Tarzan is like helping military guys in the war, on the war. So yeah, really, it's pretty crazy. It's like a crazy book. You have on the final story on this one, some like humans but with tails. There's like a whole species of that. So yeah, really wild stories in a way for some on some parts. Yeah, that drawing is really good. And yeah, I feel like it's a character that maybe like older people than you read, and it's a reference for them. So it's like Matt Wagner. Matt Wagner for Grendel, for example, he obviously read a lot, a lot of pulp, and he tries to take all these references, inspiration, and put put them on his work, and he does it successfully. And that's also what happens in Planetary, where Warren Ellis each issue is like a reference to something from the pulp or the fiction and the 20th century fiction. So Tarzan is no different from that. So I guess that's it for the video. It's these videos are my diary in a way, so it's, it's more about me doing like a register, a diary of register of everything I've been reading. So it's not really a recommend that it's a really important book that opens your head, your brain, or whatever blows your brains out. But it was cheap. If you found it cheap, it has some value. Russ Manning and Gaylord Du Bois or something like that made the script, the novel's adaptations. So yeah, you got here Lauren Greystone. I think Greystoke. That's Tarzan, his real name. You got this ape, Tarzan's son. That's weird, like Tarzan has a lot of novels, but on the fourth novel, you already got Tarzan's son that he has, and end up with another name after, but it's like a spin-off. So Tarzan, that's weird, for a character, he grows. Each comic book, each adventure, you should be able to understand it by themselves. It's not like a saga, but he has new characters coming in very early. To me, at least, it's very early, like fourth now, and you already have a son. It's very different from superheroes, like Spider-Man is still there being like a man-child. So that's sad that Tarzan is growing and grew up, and Spider-Man is still there. But that's it, Tarzan.